Hey Rhonda, it's Leslie, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to add contacts into Constant Contact. We just start off by going to constantcontact.com, and then we go to the top right hand corner where it says log in, and we're going to put in HC Gandy and the usual password and click on login. You always see the thank you note. So now we see the main piece. And what we're going to do on this is go to contacts. Contacts are all the people in the list. So I click on contacts. And I have set up 5 different files for us to keep contacts in. Now remember that a contact, is one individual person that you want to contact, and it includes at least their email address because that's how Constant Contact sends information out. One person can be on all 5 lists. That doesn't matter. Constant Contact, when it's doing its billing and charges, only looks at that person once, no matter how many of your different segmented lists they're on. So you can put people on different lists. I set up a list for clients. For instance, if we want to send out something special from Holly or Pam or one of the other agents just to their client list. I set up a drip marketing list, which I think will be your biggest list, and that's the one right now that Holly's most interested in. I set up a financial interest list, just thinking maybe those were people that were only interested in financial information but not healthcare information. A general interest, and that's the default list, but it's just that one has to sit there no matter what, so I usually just leave it open without a lot of information in it. And then Medicare. And Medicare, I think, is for people that are interested in that information, your current clients within that group. So I'm going to show you how to enter new contacts into this. So we're going to click on drip marketing because I think you'll be adding the most there. We click there, and right now I am the only person on your list. So we want to add a new contact. We go right here, and we have several options. You can type in their email address on each line. You can type it in with other details, which is really the better way to go. And that's because there are other details we may want to capture on those people. For instance, we definitely want their email address. I'm just going to put in a different email address for me. But I also want their first name, because at times we may send out things that are addressed to their first name, like Dear Leslie or Hey Leslie, that kind of thing, Leslie. And so we want to be sure we're capturing that information. We want to capture their last name. After that, we can choose from a drop-down list what we want to capture. And we have all of these options. We can always just keep adding them on over here to the side. I try not to capture anything more than I need. If there's something I want to capture that's not on here, I either put it in notes, or usually I use custom field 1 and just start doing the number. I think in drip marketing we'd like to know where we got their information from so that we can kind of tell who we're segmenting. So I'm going to put Farm and Ranch Show 2011 on here so that I know that's where we got my name. Another way that you can put this information is from a file or spreadsheet. I'm going to go ahead and let that come out. From a file or spreadsheet. Now this is a little bit tricky. You have to set up the spreadsheet so that you have it in the exact order you want it to go in. So what we just saw was email would be the first column, first name the second, last name the third, that custom field 1 the fourth, and it would say where we got their information. When you save it as a spreadsheet, you need to save it, do a save as, and use point or .csv, which stands for comma separated value. A lot of times if you put it in as Excel or text, and it says it accepts it, but a lot of times it really has a hard time reading it, and it never has a hard time reading the CSV. Okay? So, and we also have an opportunity down here for a CRM if that's something that Holly wants to get into a little later. So I'm going to go back in and type in my details again, just so we'll have them. And it's always good for you and Holly to be a part of this so that you know when something new goes out, it will always send it to you as well. So we'll hit submit. Whoops. Oh, I didn't tell it what it needed to be, and I'm going to tell it custom field 1, submit. Now it's going to ask me some questions, or it should. It may not have because I answered them earlier when I put this one in. It asks me if I have gotten the permission of each of those people to send them stuff. If they wrote it out at the Farm and Ranch show or somewhere else, I have their permission. If they did not, if I go purchase a list of like 1,000 people, I do not have their permission, and Constant Contact will shut us down and no longer let us send stuff from them if we do that. So we want to be really careful that we always have permission to send things. This is how easy it was to enter contacts. That's all there is to it. Talk to you soon.